how do you figure out what the right reinvention is for you?
Okay, so figuring out the right reinvention for you starts really with getting clarity as to what it is that you want. Um, I think that one of the hardest steps in reinvention is actually upfront in terms of defining success on your own terms. Up until now, it's possible you have been defining success on other terms. It's possible that society's terms have, influenced you and influenced your view of the world and what your goals might be. And on some level, that might not really align with you, but years of that influence will have a way of, making you believe that that's what you want. And so it really starts off with getting clear on what success on your terms is. And by the way, success on your terms could be very aligned with society's. Nothing wrong with that. If that's what it is, then good. Then then at least you can rest assured that you're going after the right things. But if it's not, it's important that you get clear on that, because from there you can then start to decide when you know what kind of reinvention you want or what you're trying to move towards. Then you can start thinking about possibilities for how you can move towards that direction. So the right reinvention for you is going to have a lot to do with your North Star. And by the way, that North Star can evolve, it can change, it can move a little bit. It might even become another star along the way. But initially, it's got to be something, and it's somewhere. So whatever it is, set the North Star, and then only a few things will work to help you move towards that North Star. If I decide that I want to reinvent my career as a marketer into that of a financial advisor or an accountant, there are only certain steps that are going to help me move closer to becoming an accountant or a financial advisor. And in order to do that, I have to pick one of those. So it already narrowed it down. The fact that I knew what I wanted and it was on my terms meant that now there's only so many things I can actually do to get closer to that. So the right reinvention for you is going to depend first on what success on your terms really means when you define it yourself. And then once you have that North Star, what are the options to help you get closer to that North Star? And that's when it starts to become more custom for you.
Gotcha. I like that you said that the North Star can kind of shift. It doesn't have to be, because I think there's a lot of anxiety about choosing and like so much pressure to get it right the first time. But if you can just run after something, then you'll know if it needs to shift a little bit over time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big one. Because it's, often we think like, hey, if I set a target, I have to go after that, But I mean, the whole point of the journey to reinvention is that we evolve, we grow. And as we evolve and grow, our values evolve, our passions evolve, and our purpose evolves. And with those changes, come new goals, come new targets, new North Stars. Once upon a time, I wanted to do nothing but teach math and be in the classroom and work with students who were in high school and middle school. And then that stopped being my North Star. And that was okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, I'm glad that I got to spend the time that mattered to me, the time that was my North Star, actually doing that job, not wishing I was doing that job. So I actually got to stay in sync with what it is that I wanted to do. And then things changed. And now I want to be an author. I want to build a business. And so now I'm shifting into activities that move me closer to that direction. So yeah, North Stars will change. Sometimes you get it wrong, and that's okay. It's important that you start. I think that's the most important thing, is that you start. That's actually more important than getting the North Star right on the first try. Right. It's moving instead.